What is going on, you beautiful people? Um, I'm trying to make sure everything looks good. We just finished the second Sunday, so this is only class 2 of Improv. We're taking Improv 1A here at the Second City, and this is the second Sunday that I've been coming, and I took my handy dandy notes. The fact that this class is for 3 hours and went by quicker than I thought, because time flies when you're having fun, I guess. I literally, when he said, "Oh, we have 13 minutes of class," I said, "No, let's keep going," just because of how invested I was, how much I'm not only learning, but how much I'm having just fun. And that's what this whole point is, to have fun, to enjoy yourself, and to learn. That's what I really appreciated here, especially with my instructor, Tom. He's been amazing. And so I know I haven't made a part 2 yet, but I really want to talk about everything that I learned today. And 3 hours of a class I can summarize within 3 minutes here. I'm going to try to do my best, but you're going to have to bear with me here. Maybe not 3 minutes, but I'm going to try to do my best as quick as I can. But as soon as we got into class, I mean, we already got familiar with everyone in class. There's about 10 of us. I think you can have a max of 16. But what we learned in class, he wrote down on the board. We just had check-ins, and I'm pretty sure that every instructor will have a different system and routine and way that they want to teach. The way that my instructor has done it is just the way that I'm saying it to you. So there's like a whiteboard on the wall, and there's just this empty room, and we do improv exercises, games, warm-ups, and really just understand what it means of what we're doing. And so yeah, he wrote down on the whiteboard the warm-ups that we did. Like the first week we did zip zap zop. We did this whoosh energy ball type of game. For today, I want to make sure I understand it. He kind of talked more in depth, and he said that he might be getting ahead of himself because he kind of went to Improv 3, because the way that classes are scheduled here at the Second City, you take Improv 1 through 5, and then after the 5th level you can go to Conservatory, which is the like more professional, more sketch comedy. Like you might be able to hear it right now, there's like a comedy class going on right now in the background, because this is open to the public. There's things going on. Apart from the training center that I'm in here for, there's actually shows that you can watch. And so those shows, that's what you do in Conservatory. You have to audition for that. You have to take, there's certain requirements in order to get to that level. And is it cool if I'm here, Wes? I just want to make sure. I was just going to be here for a little bit. Okay. Of course, of course.
I was kind of trying to stay out here.
No, you're good. I appreciate you. So there are shows going on, and you can also train here, like we just did. We just got out of class. But he really went in depth on what you might go in with Improv 3. But he understood, or he was trying to teach us, how in a show you're kind of creating an inside joke with the audience. And that plays into the humor. We try to feel like we have to be funny. And we feel like we have to have comedic timing, or say a joke here, or we have this pressure that we put on ourselves, when it's just better to react with your scene partner. It's better to react who you're with, be in the moment, regardless of how it turns out to be, because it's within the spontaneity that makes it comedic, that makes it funny. And whatever your partner gives you or your group gives you, it's just that the beauty of whatever you can conjure, that's what's comedic. Let me think. I know we talked so much within that 3 hours, so I'm all over the place here. So I'm trying to go from the beginning of class all the way to the end of class, and what we learned in Improv 1A. Some of the exercises that we learned. It was called a focus walk. So he had us stand up in the room, and without saying any words, one person would walk around. And it was weird to play it. It was weird to understand it, but as we did it, it was also weird to play it. It's weird to play it, but essentially one person would walk around and you would make eye contact with someone, and as soon as you make eye contact with someone, you would stop walking and they would start. And if they didn't start walking, you would just continue to walk on until the next person you made eye contact with starts walking. It's a really weird game to play. I feel like here in my B-roll, I might overlap something or show you some kind of visual representation of what I'm saying. But we did a focus walk exercise. And that point of the game was one of the principles that he talked about don't pull focus if we don't have it. Meaning the focus walk, as long as we made eye contact with someone, that allows them to start walking and we would stop. Then they would start walking, and if they caught eyes with another person, that person would start walking and they would stop. And the whole principle about don't pull focus if we don't have it, if you think about it in a scene, in a show, in an improv show, a lot of people have, say, the spotlight, or they have the focus where all the audience members are looking at them. And then it would be totally random for someone on the sideline, someone just off the scene, just to start singing, or they would just take the spotlight. They don't have the focus. They just pulled it from the person who did, and that disrupts the scene. That disrupts the reality of what's going on. And it's almost saying no to their reality. And the whole golden rule of improv here is about yes anding everything. And so as long as we have it, because we can give and we can take focus. If someone walks on stage, if someone's in the spotlight, then boom, we just took the focus away from the person in the spotlight, and it's now on us to walking on stage. So you can play with it, but understanding that rule is good, because we need to learn the rules so we can break them. You know, the golden rule, like I just talked to you about yes anding. You can say no, but like yes and is essentially accepting the gift, accepting the offer that your scene partner is giving you and working from it. So you're always agreeing, you're always committing to whatever your partner or your group is giving you, and you're just working off it. But it takes an especially skilled improviser to understand when to say no and when is it okay to say no. Because it's okay to say no, but as long as it fits within the reality, fits within the scene, and continues on playing in the show, whatever it is that you're doing, it makes it work. So we need to understand the rules so we can break them. That was one thing that he said that I absolutely love. Another thing too is doubt. Because he talked about how you should trust what you're saying is enough. Especially when something like improv, when it's very spontaneous, when it's very... Is that a word? I think it's a word. I just made it a word. When you're just in the moment and you're reflecting off of your partner or the group or whoever it is that you're in the scene with, you may have doubt in your mind, and that's one of the biggest killers here in improv. It's just the doubt, the fear of rejection, the fear of, am I saying enough? Is that going to carry along the scene? So really embedding that in your mind of trusting yourself, trusting your partner, that whatever they say, whatever you say is enough, because your partner and you should know that they will yes and they will accept what you have as a gift and continue working off of it. And that really just helps alleviate the doubt, helps not feel the insecurity, the rejection, that fear of judgment taking place in an improviser's mind. And that really just helps the whole scene, helps you, helps your partner. Understanding that the gift that they give you will be accepted 100% of the time. But going back, I don't want to contradict myself. We learn the rules so we know how to break them. So yeah, they could say yes or they could say no, but as long as it fits within the reality being the scene. You know, if someone starts off a scene and they're in the kitchen and they've already established they're in the kitchen washing dishes, or they're doing, scene work and it looks like they're washing dishes, whatever it may look like, then the next person comes in and says, "You killed my father." Like, whoa! Where did that just come from? And I'm like, I didn't kill your father, I'm washing the dishes. You just rejected their reality right there, essentially. So as long as it fits within the reality of what you're giving, because he could still say, "You killed my father." And maybe you established you were washing the dishes, and you were like, yeah, because he didn't clean the damn dishes. Boom. You accepted what they said, even though it was so left field from what you were doing, and you continued working off of it. So understanding when to say no or understanding the right place to say no and understanding when to break the rules shows the signs of just not just a good improviser, but someone who can react in real time, and I have a hard time with that. This is only my second day here. But within these 3 hours that I have been coming to class, I think I learned and picked up so much, especially with the books and my acting experience that I already have. I definitely come in with a student mentality of knowing that, you know, I love philosophy, Eastern, Greek, Roman philosophy, and Epictetus talks about how we can't learn that which we already know. So every time I come into class, I felt like a beginner. I felt like literally all the 4 years I have back home, based in Kentucky, in acting and modeling and being on sets and TV and film, I'm like, I don't know what's going on right now. And it's absolutely hilarious, but I think that's how we should come to class, to want to learn, to be like a sponge, because there's always something to learn, regardless of how many years you've been doing this. And I think it's a beautiful thing to start from the beginning, and that's exactly why I'm documenting this journey. I know I'm a bit all over the place, especially since I'm here in the second city, and I feel just a little bit nervous, but I picked up a lot, and if there was any tidbit of information that helped you, or, I mean, look where we are, look what we're doing. If I can do it, you can too, because I'm not perfect at this. I went up there, we did this commercial scene of basically just create a scene. You have to make a commercial on the spot with the partner that you have, and then sell it to the group. And I just remember my face getting flushed. I got red. I didn't know what I was saying. I kind of stopped in the moment, and I was like, I have nothing. I don't know what to do right now. But it's those beautiful mistakes that is something to be celebrated. And that's another thing that Tom, the instructor, talked about, is that we celebrate our mistakes, because mistakes is how we grow, and that's something to be happy about. And we actually, we push for mistakes in class. He's like, I'm not going to say you're wrong. How's it going? He said, I'm not going to say you're wrong. He said, whatever you're going to give me, we're going to yes and it, and we're going to keep going. So I really, really value everything that he's saying and that he's giving. So he's a great instructor. And yeah, within those 3 hours of improv class, that's what I picked up. And yeah, like I said, I know I'm all over the place with the info that I'm throwing at you, but I'm trying to record this in real time. So you'll have to bear with me. Last time I did it at the house, but now we're actually here because it's fresh off the dome. So in case no one has told you yet today, I love you. You matter. You have value. And let me say something I haven't said before. I don't believe I've ever talked about yes-anding. Try to be a yes-ander. Don't be a no-butter. But if you are a no-butter, understand when to be a no-butter. I definitely haven't said that before, and that may not make sense. But to the context of what I was saying, I hope it resonated with someone of being a yes-ander. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you.